Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Chris and Tammy here coming to you live from Daytona Beach. It's always a pleasure to share this opportunity. And you probably have noticed that we have many presentations throughout the week that are hosted by a lot of wonderful leaders from all over the world. And we just finished one on this past Wednesday. Very exciting. Lucy, bienvenue. Welcome. Great to have you here. And as you're joining us here, just to mention where you are joining us from. So, Tammy, why don't we start with how did we get introduced to GotBackup?
Absolutely. Well, Chris and I have been in the industry for a very long time, 25 plus years, and building globally. And the owner of Got Backup, we've known for many years, watched his kids when they were very young growing up. We were in Texas visiting them last week, and it's amazing on how fast the kids grow up. And long story short is he contacted us. It'll be 2 years in May that he did that phone call, and he's known what we've done in the industry, and we've watched him grow in the online industry and doing very well successfully. And yeah, so because of Joel and his credibility, we were open to listen. And when we heard about his project, he was very excited about it. He said, "You guys, I don't want you guys to miss out on this opportunity. And it's going to be massive." It had just started, and we're now in 154 countries. But I believe at the beginning it was just a few countries. And so when you're looking for opportunity, you want to make sure that you're catching the wave, which we're going to talk about today. So we're going to talk about how we know Joel throughout this presentation as well.
And what really piqued our curiosity as to and our interest is we really saw an opportunity to empower families globally with
Mhm.
an opportunity to have a possibility for massive growth and success. And we really saw that this is really a time where people can turn their dreams into reality. I love to look at this slide here. Why? Because it really represents the reality where you see here the father kind of sharing this, showing off the keychain, the new set of keys, showing off the new house that they just bought with their beautiful family is not something that a lot of folks can really take advantage of. And maybe having a venture like this could supplement this to be able to give you this opportunity. What about traveling where you want to opposed to where you can afford to? Is that a nice concept? What about adding new members of the family? We understand today that cost of groceries have cost as have increased so much that people now are second guessing on, can we afford having another member of the family? And that should not be a reason for not adding new members of the family, right? So that's something that, again, may not be an issue at all if you have other stream of income coming in. The other thing that I find extremely important as Tammy and I are moving into the age of retirement, what's happening, and we're not ready to retire by
No,
a
no,
long
no,
shot,
we're
but
retired.
the fact
We
is
are
it's nice
retired
to
right
know,
now doing what we love.
but it's nice to know that we have a nest egg. And the fact is, we know that today's economy, that the stock market got hit pretty hard in the past couple of days for, political reasons. But the fact is, it fluctuates a lot. So the investment you had before may not be worth what it was now. Maybe it will 10 years from now, but who knows what stage you are in your retirement, right? So what if you create another stream of income to feed that? And that's exactly what we want to talk about.
Yeah, and with Got Backup, and our passion is always about helping people, average people, anybody who really wants to leverage in their life and that want to get live a better lifestyle. At the end of the day, that's always what it's about. If you want to make extra money, it's because of the things that you want to have in your life for your family, right? So it's about helping people. And we love what Got Backup has to help people generate an income at an affordable way.
Absolutely. And the fact here is for us, it's important when we merge, or let me rephrase that, when we partner with a company, that the people behind the company are people of good character. And that's exactly what we found here. And by the way, I just want to say hi to Andres and Abudu. Great to have you here. In Yunam, great to have you here. Barbara, Francis, thank you for joining in here, guys. Really appreciate you. See, the company began in 1997 in Gatineau, Quebec. And this is where I met Joel. And I remember I was looking for a server to host my very first website. This is what it started for me to be able to support my team. And I remember Joel telling me that, they reach a certain level that where they were in Gatineau, Quebec, it couldn't support the bandwidth. The bandwidth is like, think of a super highway and having all these cars driving back and forth in this highway. And now there's so many cars that people are bumper to bumper, and you need to increase and make the highway even bigger. That's what we're talking about when we talk about bandwidth here. So we invested into a 10,000 square feet data center, which Tammy and I just came back from last weekend. It was absolutely phenomenal, fantastic. We have a really, really good time. So let's us hear from Joel to give you a bit of an outlook of how this looks on the inside. Let's check this video together.
Hey guys, welcome to the corporate office of GotBackup. Now everybody wants to know, are we super secure? And how do we offer such an amazing service at such a low price? So this is in our tech room. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna take you on a tour of our server room to show you just how secure it is, and we welcome you into the family. So let's go over to the server room. So the first thing I wanna explain to you guys is that we're fully PCI compliant. For physical PCI compliance, what does that mean? It means we're allowed to physically store credit cards in our data center because we're uber secure. So we've passed all the tests for that, and we're legally allowed to store credit cards and your storage. So one of the first requirements for PCI compliance is you have to have 2 coded doors before you get into your server room. We also, as a company, like to have fun, so we call it Area 51. So anyway, I'm gonna code this door with my back here so you guys can't see what the code is. Come in this way. This is a simple inventory room, guys. We build servers here and so forth. And then our second coded door is over here, okay? And so we have a coded door here as well to get into the server room. So here we are in the server room, guys. This is where all the magic happens. So a couple of things people ask. Joel, how secure is my data, and could you ever lose our data? So, as an example, let's come here.
I mean, I would just
It's impossible to lose your data, and here's why. If you look at this storage array, and we have, hundreds of storage arrays in here, there's 14 hard drives across this storage array. 4 of these hard drives could fail, which statistically never happens, but let's say it did. 4 of these hard drives need to fail before we start to lose some data. But guess what? We're not going to lose any data because this is striped to here. This whole rack of hard drives here is copied here. Just the same here. All these hard drives here are copied here. So there's not a single point of failure relative to your data. There's also no single point of failure in the server room. As an example, there's A power and B power. Every server is plugged into A power. Every server is plugged into B power. Also, relative to cooling of this room, if you come over here, you'll see we have 1, 2, 3, 4 air conditioners in this server room. So the air is never going to be a problem. The other thing as well is we're very, very efficient. If you look up at the ceiling, let's come back over here, you'll see vents up there, and the cold air is strategically placed in front of the servers here, so it sucks in all the cold air, and it goes over into the hot aisle behind this wall here. So very, very efficient server room as well. And finally, if God forbid there was ever a fire in this room, we have here what's called a fire suppression system. What this system does, it's just a bunch of electronics behind here, but we can open it up, okay, is if God forbid there was a fire, and in 25 years there's never been a fire, but it will snuff out all the oxygen in this room. If there's no oxygen, then the fire goes out, right? So we don't use water to destroy the equipment. So that's the basics of the server room. Super, super secure and super redundant relative to your data. So the other aspect to security is we use the exact same security as Amazon, as Google, as all the big players, Microsoft. It's patented security. It's military grade, 256-bit encryption security. So your stuff is very secure. So let's come out of the server room for now.
So let's continue with the presentation here, folks. And what's really important is if you want to invest your time, invest your money, and invest into your future, it's important to understand where is everything going towards. And these are called global trends. So let's talk about what they are.
Yeah. So global trend number one, you can see almost 15 billion smartphones in the world today. And what is everybody doing? They're on their phones constantly. They're taking pictures, they're taking videos, they're receiving documents, they're just loading up their phones, which in Got Backup gives you a great opportunity once you see the value.
I totally agree. And looking at some stats, even though it's a bit older, I want you to see the trend here from 2011, 2023, from 6% to 60%. That is a massive growth, right? Let's look at the a more updated chart here. Size of cloud storage market worldwide. Look at revenues from 2022, 90 billion to 2030, close to $500 billion, folks. Again, these are strong indicators that are telling you this is kind of where you want to park and start really investing your time and resources, which you'll see that it's such an inexpensive way to start, and the potential is unlimited. Let's talk about why by talking about the cell phone addiction.
Yeah, actually, Chris, when I saw that chart, it was a no-brainer. It's like we're in because we know about trends. We know about how to catch the wave of opportunity. And let's face it, everybody is using your phone. You can call it cell phone addictions. We addiction. We can't leave without it. I know every time I leave my phone at home, I'm always going back because we're in business too. So we always need to be connecting with people. And you can see all the percentages here of different things of why people use their phones. We nowadays it's like a quick tap to make a purchase. We're doing this all the time. And YouTube, I have to mention YouTube because that's my go-to. It's so funny because Chris will always say, I always say, oh, can you show me how to do this? And he'll say, go to YouTube. And it's true. You go to YouTube and you find the most recent video and you can learn anything. So we're always using our devices to learn things as well.
You make me sound rude. Go to YouTube.
No,
'Cause
you're busy, right? And you know what?
I
It's good because it gets me out of my comfort zone to learning. Yeah.
Well, you see, it's all about growing. That's absolutely correct in Nam. It's all about the growth, and I'm a strong believer in that. Even with my wife, even with my kids, guys, you got to evolve. But here's the thing, folks: data loss is a growing concern, right? 45% of cell phone users have accidentally damaged their phones or lost their data. Think about it, folks. This device here is everything you own. All your pictures. These are pieces of your soul. You can never get back. If you lose this piece of hardware and it's not backed up on the cloud, I mean, excuse me the expression, but we're screwed, right? So that's why it's so important to do today. And that's why it's such a growing concern. And it's reason why the opportunity is there. 5,700 screens are cracked every hour. Laptops, cell phones, stolen every 43 seconds. And don't quote me on these numbers, folks, because I think it's a little worse right now. That was taken about 2 years ago. So keep that in mind. Here's another one
Yeah,
that's pretty
and this
irritating.
has happened to all to both Chris and I. All three of those things have happened, and you know it happens in life. So look at the message here on what people are getting on their devices, right? I find that every single time I talk to somebody, they're complaining about these messages popping up. Their devices are full. They need to either start getting rid of stuff or they start paying more. So that's why Got Backup is such a huge opportunity.
I totally agree here. And here's the thing here, folks. The second trend is making more money, right? 42% of Americans have side businesses today. 62% of Gen Z, that's 18 to 25, has side businesses today. These are our kids. What about the rest of the world? This is what's going on right now. So here's the thing that's very important here, folks. Leverage these global trends with Got Backup. That's what we're telling you about. It's a very easy entry point, and you will see as we get into the income possibilities that it's quite substantial. Let's talk a little bit about the offer of our product.
Yeah. So this is when I saw this, I was so excited. You get 6 terabytes of data storage. You have on your account, you can add 5 additional members. This was all going through my head when I was looking at this. Oh my gosh, this is perfect for families, right? And you've got unlimited devices, all for $10 a month. And Chris and I being in the home-based business industry, this was a game changer because it's the only company out there that offers data storage in the home-based industry. Talk about timing, you guys.
That's absolutely correct. So this is really, really exciting. And what's happening here, folks, if you look at our competitors, you look at iCloud, Dropbox, Google Drive, they're all within a $10 price mark. And if I may round it off, right, it's a penny difference. You understand what I mean? So it's all within 2 terabytes. And here we are, same thing, right in the $10 range, $9.97. And we have 6 separate accounts and we have 6 terabytes. Folks, this is 3 times what the competitors are offering. And there's so much more to it than that. Just stick around, we'll show you. And here's the other one, yearly. Yearly is my personal preference. The reason why is instead of dealing with a credit card charge every single month, which is very normal. I mean, we all do this with all our services. But now we're dealing with once a year. And it's really inexpensive, folks, thinking that this is for 1 year. But when you look at iCloud and Dropbox and Google Drive, they're like 360, 660, 216 within the 6 terabyte range, right? Within the same 6, some users, some are 3, some are 1. But the point here is, again, less than $100, to be specific, $99.97. I know there's a new price coming very soon that we're excited about. But the point here, folks, here is this is unbelievable value. Unbelievable value. So, Tammy, let's summarize what people get for the $10 a month. And folks, this is never going to go away, by the way. Back to you.
Yeah. So you get 6 terabytes of data storage, $9.97 a month. You can choose to pay yearly. We're going to show you in a bit. It includes up to 6 accounts. And what I love about this, and this is something that was recently added, is you can choose how much storage you want to give per person, which is absolutely cool. And you saw the video on the backup and how everything is done. And you can see there, it's a 30-day money back guarantee. And honestly, once people get their devices all set up, then it continues from there. And it's a simple process. Chris is going to show you with the cell phone, but it is a 30-day money back guarantee. But think about it. Once your device is set up, why would you want to go back to 2 terabytes? And to pay the same amount with another company that doesn't offer you an opportunity. So it's a no-brainer.
And you know what? And I really love your comment because it's true, right? It's payday. And now I know that Tammy and I used to get paid once a month. I love it. I wait for the entire month commissions to be all accumulated, and then I transfer everything into my account, and it's a nice paycheck, guys. So today is payday. So this is really, really exciting. So every Friday, GotBackup pays you. I really appreciate that. So folks, let's watch a video on how simple it is to install the app and how the app is very seamless to the work for you in making sure that your pictures are backed up. Let's check this out.
Walkthrough of how to install your GotBackup app onto your mobile device. In this case, I'm using the Android Galaxy, but the process is the same also on an iPhone. So to download your app, there's 2 ways to do this. You can either come to the Play Store. On an iPhone, it's called just the App Store, and just search for GotBackup. And there it is. Or we could come to our members area and go to use this tool, and then you will see it here on your dashboard. So again, I'm using my Android device. So I'm going to go ahead and click this, and it's going to take me to my Google Play Store. If you're on an iPhone, it will take you to your App Store on your iPhone device. So I'm going to go ahead and install that. Awesome. I'm going to go ahead and open it. It's going to ask you to log into your account. Go ahead and allow all your notifications so it could let you know that everything's being uploaded properly, and go ahead and put in your unique ID. Once logged in, you will be asked to let GotBackup access your photos and videos on your mobile device. Select Allow. Without having to do anything, an Android upload folder was automatically created for me. Neat! If you are on an iPhone, the folder will be called iPhone Upload. Now, depending on how many photos and videos is on your device, your first backup might take some time. So it is highly recommended that your device is on a charger and is connected to Wi-Fi. It is a good idea to start your first backup in the evening and keep your GotBackup app open and let it back up overnight. One more thing I'd like to point out. If I tap on these 3 little lines on the top left corner and tap on Settings, you will see these 3 boxes under Monitor are automatically checked. Auto Upload will automatically upload all future photos and videos taken on your device to your GotBackup cloud. camera roll upload will back up all existing photos and videos that are stored on your device to your GotBackup cloud. And upload only on Wi-Fi will only back up your data while connected to Wi-Fi. If you have an unlimited data plan, you can uncheck this. So if I come to my gallery, I'm going to have a slew of pictures from over the years. This is actually Joel's phone, so if I come to my albums, I have almost 1,400 pictures. Alright, so if I come to my app, come back to my menu and click transfers, you're going to see all my pictures now are uploading. Since this might be a large upload at first and I have a low battery, it's highly recommended that you plug into a power source. So I'm going to do that right now. Alright, now that's finished. We can now see that our Android upload has all been categorized by what year these photos were taken. These were taken in 2021. And this was just recently. So that's pretty much it. Pretty easy, pretty straightforward.
So as you can see, folks, it's an absolute no-brainer. And I love your comment here that you self-learn most of the things. I did the exact same thing in UNM. I can relate to that. And I know many of us are doing that, folks. The videos are very simple, very, very educational. But folks, back to the presentation, is this is the only cloud service that pays you. And again, when someone says, well, why should I sign up with GotBackup when I'm in Dropbox or Google Drive? I'm not saying we're better than everybody else. We just have more features and also an income stream attached to it that can really satisfy your lifestyle. So let's talk about how we make money here with this. Back to you, Tammy.
Yeah, so it's you can see the highlight there. That's where we're really going to have the focus, because that's the fundamentals. That's the foundation of building. And then the other bonuses are as you grow and start developing teams. So number one is customer acquisition bonus, CAB for short. And that is when you introduce GotBackup to somebody, they join. And if they decide to do the monthly payment, which is $9.97 or $9.97, $10, let's just make it keep it short, $10 a month, you're going to get 200% upfront. And if they decide to go for the year, which we talked to you a little bit earlier, it's $99.97 for the annual, and you actually save a couple months worth of payment. So most people do that, and you're going to get 50% upfront if they do that, and 25% on all VIP and any offerings that's going to come in the future. It's going to be 25%. On the bottom part, you can see consistent customers. If you build a customer base, you get 25% on all personally enrolled customers. So let's make a couple examples.
Actually, Tammy, before we do that, I just want to point out that all the VIPs that you see in your back office, you earn 25% whenever someone chooses to buy into it. So again, keep that in mind. It could be quite substantial. Back to you.
Mm-hmm. And if you have 20 people that decide to join, 200% upfront, $20 times 20 people, that's $400 in commission. I don't know about you, but that's pretty good. I believe that, when somebody has bankrupt, they're just short like $300 and some a month. That can help, right? Just by building 20. And of course, you're no limits. And here's your 20 customers, 25%, $2.50 per person. Times 20 customers, that's $50 ongoing. So if you wanted to build out a customer base, people who don't want to do business or make any money, then this is perfect.
You know what's really cool too, folks, is it doesn't matter where you are in the world. You can get customers in Canada, you can get customers in the United States, you can live in Ghana, or you can be in the United States, or you can be in Canada, and you can have also customers in Ghana. It is so amazing on the potential. Let me expand on the 7 ways, looking at the second way we're earning income, what we call the cycle earnings. Before we talk about this, just so you understand that we have a structure of a 2-team tree. There's a left team and a right team. On the right team, you see indirect referral. That is someone that is above you, sharing the same leg as you. Just as you are sharing the same leg on the right side, underneath indirect referral, you notice there's a direct there. That's one of yours. He benefits from your effort just as you benefit from someone else's effort. So let's talk about the potential of the cycle earning. So cycle bonus comes in 2 different parts. There's tier 1 and tier 2. What I mean parts is value. Tier 1 and Tier 2, well, Tier 2 is double the amount, actually a little bit more than Tier 1. It's almost like 3 times, actually. If I laid a commission today, Tier 2 is almost 3 times Tier 1. Okay, so it's really interesting, and I'll show you the difference, and it's based on your rank on why you are in Tier 1 and Tier 2. And I'll come back to that a little bit later. Now, number one step is you need to be active. Just like you're active on your Amazon Prime or on your Netflix or Disney Plus, whatever service you pay on a monthly basis, as long as you pay for it, you have access to it. Same thing with GotBackup. And they're very, very lenient on if, let's say, you miss a month or whatever, your data is not going to be deleted. Okay. So they're very, very cool about that. But of course, you want to be active to get paid. That's very important. Number two is you need to enroll 2 associates. So in other words, you have 1 person on your right side, 1 person on your left side. The moment this occurred, you spawn two people. They have to be 1 on the right, 1 on the left. Either they pay yearly, which is going to be spread out over 12 months for your commissions monthly, or they pay monthly. Whatever the situation is, you are simply earning, you qualify to start earning on the cycle bonus. Now, to trigger a bonus, it's number 3. And you need to have 6 people on your team, which is either combined with the people you brought in. So you brought in 2, maybe they brought in some, so you have a total of 6, or there might be what we call spillover. That's someone above you sharing the same leg as you that are building their businesses. Combine all of this, it needs to see 6 bodies that are actively paying their $10 a month. The moment there is 4 on one side and 2 on the other side, which is the ratio of 4 to 2, doesn't matter what side, it triggers a bonus. A cycle. And a cycle is going to be worth based on the company's profitability and based on your rank. Okay. So as I move on to this presentation, I'd love for you to share with me how many cycles do you want to see in your business? If a cycle is worth $2 or $3, I mean, imagine how cycles increase in value because the company evolves. Folks, it's unbelievable. I know I'd love to have 10,000 cycles, and that's what I'm working towards, and that's what we're helping you working towards. So let's continue here. Number 3, and that's where I'm going to stop on the details here on the comp plan. It's what we call cycle bonus match. Okay, so this is a team bonus cycle match. What does that mean? Again, I want you to pay attention on the level here. It says Sapphire. You have to be a Sapphire, and it's really not difficult. And we'll walk you through the details in a minute. And to start earning what we call bonus cycle. What that means is if you sponsor anybody, let's say you sponsor Tammy or you sponsor me or anybody here, and they're cycling, let's say 100 times, well, you will earn 25% of that will be 25 cycles. And this will be cumulative to what you've earned in your own cycle. It adds up. So you can earn up to $1,000 here. So that means that if someone cycles, I don't know, 700 times, not thousand, 700 times or 300 times or 100 times, whatever it is, you could be making more than 1,000, but you're capped at 1,000 until you move up to an emerald. So the company wants you to help others becoming copper, and I'll come back to that in a minute. But look at this, from $1,000 to $20,000. These are each person you brought in. That's the potential that you have. I'm not saying you're going to make this. This is the potential you have by sponsoring each individual that are building their businesses. And the rest of this are just bonuses, generation bonuses. I want to point out something. Sometimes we have a very large side and a smaller side. Even if you didn't bring these people, but the spillover happens to be part of your business because you see it there, you can start earning generation bonus. That's a 2.5% on every $10. It may not seem like much when you look at one, but folks, this accumulates. Number 5 is exactly number 4, but you go deeper in the tree. It's based on your rank. Right? And number 6 is a rank pool. As you move up in rank, you start getting a bonus just by reaching the rank and maintaining it. And number 7 is what we call leadership bonus pool. And that's as you move up to a role of leadership. So Tammy, let's kind of summarize here how simple it is to duplicate the system.
Yeah, so it's simple. Just get yourself signed up and bring in 2 people. It's very simple to bring in 2 people. $10 a month, you guys. It's very, very simple to do this. Bring one on the left, bring one on the right. And then go and do the same thing. Bring 2 more. Bring one on the left, one on the right. And then you teach everybody who's coming into your business to duplicate this process over and over and over. Chris and I have been in the industry for so many years. And the one thing that we've learned is people can do simple. We all know that people have busy lives, but they can do simple. And then as people earn, they start putting more efforts. $20 fee, that's an annual fee. You'll get your back office and everything that we're going to show you some stuff. and you decide whether you want to do it monthly or yearly. Totally up to you.
Yeah. And the $20 fee, folks, is to become an associate to earn an income. And if you don't pay the $20 fee, then you're a customer using the service. It's as simple as that.
Correct.
How many countries are we in today?
154. Oh my gosh. It's so exciting. We've been in the industry again, for such a long time. We've never been into this many countries, not even close. And it's phenomenal to know that you can go online and learn how to do business online, and you can tap into many, many, many countries.
And you know why it's so easy? Because it's a digital service. And the other
Exactly.
thing, folks, that's very important is to recognize achievements. It's very important. Achievements, baby cries for it, adults die for it. And here are the ranks. Here's the ladder of how your income will increase. A bronze associate is when you sponsor one person. A copper, folks, that is the building block. If someone says, what do I need to do? What do I need to focus on to make money with this business? You need to become copper, and you need to produce coppers. What I mean by producing coppers is you introduce someone to the business, make sure they bring two people with them. That's what you want to do. The moment this occurs where you brought in a person and it became copper, then you become a silver. Is not awesome. Now, when you get to the goal, that's when you start opening up the compensation plan. You know, the number 4 I was telling you about, the bonus that occurs, the 2.5% for every $10. Well, that starts paying when you're a goal. How you become goal? You sponsor 5 people into the business, and out of that, 3 became copper. They're duplicating, and you need a total of 25 people in your team combined with everybody's spillover or whatever. And not spillover, sorry, the enrollment tree. So that means that the people you brought in and they brought in, as long as they're a total of 25, boom, you're a goal. As a platinum, you have 40 people in your team and you're helping one more person to become copper. Do you understand? It's not really hard. And then you remember when you talk about the cycle value of tier 1 and tier 2? Was at platinum, you are tier 2, folks. You are more than doubling your income just by helping a few people becoming copper. As a sapphire, do you recall the matching cycle? Well, that's helping a third person becoming copper. It's not that hard, but obviously there's more. I think there's 50 people on your team at this time combined with everybody that you've enrolled in your business. So folks, this is what makes it so exciting. And now you start earning a matching cycle from all your personals. And this keeps climbing as you move up in rank. So it's a very simple process to do this. Let's talk about the support, Tammy.
Yeah, so you'll have your personalized referral links, a personalized landing page. You'll have an email marketing system built in your back office, so you can learn how to create simplicity in building your business by keeping all of your prospects in the loop on what's going on, and your team as well, through an email marketing system. And you have marketing tools, are always adding new stuff, which is really, really exciting. You have regular online presentation, just like today, just like Wednesday night with the company, and many teams out there that are doing presentations. I know Enionam, you're doing presentations in Ghana with the core leadership. I know Lucy Caron is doing a French presentation weekly from Quebec City. Doing this for all the French people around the world. So there's a lot of support, including team trainings. A lot of teams are doing trainings within their organizations, but everybody promotes and helps people, for people who don't have leadership. And we do something for the company every Saturday just to help people, get the foundation going. A lot of people say, well, I don't know what to do. What's my first steps? Well, that's what it's all about. And this Saturday, Chris, we're going to be doing a more in depth on the email marketing system. So make sure you show up for that.
Yes, we're going to teach you how to use that. It's all that's included into your $10 a month, folks.
Yeah.
Now, folks, this is a product that everyone needs. It's a business that everyone can afford. Don't hesitate, folks. Just get started. Jump on the wagon and let's work together, folks. And if you happen to be signing up on this, go to GotBackup Live. If the person sends you a link for you to sign up, just go ahead and sign up. Get this done for you, and let's us teach you how to build this business. What I'd love to do at this point is I want to show you. Okay. I think I'm not sharing my screen yet. Let me just 1 second. I want to invite you guys to present. Let me just share my screen. And okay, here we go. I'm going to share my screen right now. Hopefully there's not going to be any challenges. And sometime because my system is a little bit limited in space, it complains. No, it didn't want to do it. Let me try this again. Let me just
Time for
try.
a new laptop, Chris.
Yeah, that's an understatement. I'm really going to my limit right now, and I'm trying my best with the tools that I got. And I realized that I need to change this. So let's see if I can share my screen. Just bear with me here. We'll try this again. Yeah, I think it's having a hard time. I think I'm running out of space. So it doesn't. Oh, it came. Good news. Okay, I got it here. There we go. Okay. So let me take this off. Let me put this on. There we go. So when you log into your back office, you'll notice that you can see here your rank. If you need any support, when we talk about creating a ticket, you need to click that button here, and then you'll be able to create a support ticket. And here's what's really important here. Use this tool. When you click on this link, it will take you to this page. It will tell you how much you use. And if you click on, first, let me go here. Download the software to install the app. The reason why it's so important is when you install the app on your computer, it's going to look like this. Where's my app? It's somewhere here. Can't see it at the moment. Oh, here we go. Right there. Okay. So from there, you see this little thing here. You can see here that today, April 4th, at just before 10 a.m. 55 this morning, I did a backup. These are incremental backups. Okay. And you can see here that there is one in real time that's taking place, and it's looking at my files and see what's been changed to do the incremental backup. If you click on this link, or you can actually, let me just get rid of that. If you click on auto login, okay, it's going to take you to your cloud. It's that simple. Okay. And also you can actually go in right on the website and just type in GBU cloud, and it's going to take you to your cloud. Of course, the first time it's going to ask you for your password. What you see here are my computers. I got 3 computers that are backed up. And the new version that's coming in very, very soon, folks, you will be able to see your files. Right now, you can only restore, but now the future version, it's very soon. When you click on that, it will take you, and this is my computer that's backed up. And these are all my files that are backed up from my computer, right? My desktop, my documents, my downloads, everything is in here. Really, 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 really cool. Okay. And then beyond that, I'm also very, very organized. For me, it's very important to have my files in a place where I know where they are all located. So if I click on the mobile backup, they're here. You can see here, I backed up. That's another app. The one I was showing you earlier, you just install the app like it was showing in the video. And then if you leave your phone plugged in, you let it do its first initial backup, you leave it alone, everything is going to come up. You can notice here, if you look at 2024, you can see from January all the way up to February. All my pictures are there. If I go on 2025, so those of you who have seen my presentation before, it started with January, February, and then March, and now we're in April, because now we're at a new month, and now my phone always updates stuff. So this is what I like about it. And here's something that's really, really important, okay? If you go to the collaborate and share, these are files that you can drag and drop, okay? So for a quick example, because some folks don't understand what I mean by a drag and drop, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to open, sorry, let me just go in here. It's this new feature now, Windows. Okay, let's take this here. Okay, so let's say I turn around and I open a session that is local on my drive here. And I'd say that I grab a file. As soon as it comes up, it should come up within a few seconds. Spinning wheel. Here we go. Okay, so here's a file. It could be a directory or a file. For the sake of time, I'm just going to drag this file over here. Hold on. What's happening is my computer is so slow. I'm going too fast and it's getting confused. Okay, let's go back here. This is a jogger. I want to grab this file, grab this one. There we go. Okay, and I'm going to bring it and drag it here. Okay, now you can turn around and you can actually look at this file that you just brought in. Okay, it's really straightforward. You can see it's right here now. I can turn around, I can collaborate and share with you. So if I double click on this file, it's going to open the file and you and I can collaborate and share. If I click the share link and I give you the share link, you will be able to see. Okay. And you'll be able to do changes in this document as I'm doing changes in my document. So very straightforward, very, very easy. Okay. So that's where the collaborate and share becomes very, very, very helpful. So let me just go back here. Okay. The other thing that's very important that you want to know after you install it is your reseller tools. When you click on your reseller tools, it will take you to this file here. That's basically when you select here the reseller tools, you'll take you here. Someone who doesn't know anything about GotBackup, send him that link. Someone who wants to sign up right away, send him that link because they can buy on the spot. If someone is very skeptical, send him that link. Why? Because when you click on this link, and remember your ID will be there and everything else, it's a free version for 7 days. You have access to 6 terabytes for 7 days so they can test it out. It's really, very straightforward. And when you click here, they don't require a credit card at the beginning. You just put their information here. And after 7 days, you're going to start receiving emails inviting them to sign up, right? And of course, if they like their data being safe and everything else, they're going to sign up. That's your new customer that started it for free. So these are the 2 things I want to share with you. Tomorrow, we're going to talk about the lead capture system. And there's a lot of other things in here that you can venture. And I highly, highly, highly recommend it. So folks, at the end of the day, this presentation on Friday morning is designed to try to reach more of a different market in different time zones. It's a new channel, so obviously it's a bit smaller, but it's more one-on-one, right? So we can really work together here and take advantage of this. Tomorrow, Saturday, we're going to be doing the training on the lead capture system. You want to show up for that. We're going to show you what Tammy and I do. Every time we prepare for a presentation, emails are going out. I'm going to show you how you can pre-book your emails to go out at a certain time and so forth. And Tammy, as we end, is there anything else you want to add?
For those of you who are looking at this for the first time, hop on board. I mean, timing is everything, as we mentioned. Chris and I, we've always grabbed opportunity to catch a wave, and it's always been very, very successful. And I mean, data storage, everybody uses it. Seriously, I mean, when we saw this, it was just so simple to say yes. Yeah,
it's an absolute no-brainer.
Value's huge.
Yeah. So folks, listen, Tammy and I, we are never stop. We will keep moving. We will keep moving forward. Learn with us. I know tomorrow I have a session with Neo Nam and her team, and we look forward to that session. So folks, have yourself a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. We look forward to help you build your business, take advantage of everything we're offering, all the courses that are available to you so you can learn and evolve. We love you guys. We want you to be successful, and we'll do everything. And Tammy and I give unconditionally. We always over-deliver on everything that we provide. So have yourself a wonderful rest of your weekend, and we're looking for you to see you on Saturday and on Wednesday when we do the end of week webinar. Have yourself a great weekend. Bye for now.
Have a great weekend.